Let us see how we can get first and last value based on the criteria. We should be able to use min or max also, but with min or max, we can only get values from particular column on which we are trying to get min or max. If you want to get the corresponding attributes of those records which is generating the min or max values, then you will not be able to use min or max. That's where the first value or last value comes into picture. For example, in this case, let's say I want to get the product ID of maximum revenue generating product in each day. I will not be able to use min or max and get the product ID which is generating maximum revenue in each day. For that, we have to use first value or last value. Now, this is how the query will look like if you want to get the product ID of the product which is generating maximum revenue for each day. Let me connect to the database and let me run this query against daily product revenue. You will see the output very soon. You will get all the attributes from daily product revenue plus the product ID of maximum revenue generating product for each record within the group. In this case, the group is order date. So we are partitioning by order date. Then we are saying order by revenue DESC because we want to get the maximum revenue generating product ID every day. And this is how the output will look like. On 2013 July 25th, 1004 is the product ID which is generating maximum revenue. You can see the revenue here. And if you look at this first product ID and first revenue, for all the other records in 2013 July 25th, we are getting this 1004 and $5,599.72 as product ID and revenue. With respect to the actual revenue itself, we should be able to use min or max. You can just say max of revenue over partition by order date. You don't need to specify order by for that. That is how you should be able to get the revenue part, but with respect to product ID, you can only use first value. Without first value or last value, you will not be able to get the other attributes of those products which are generating maximum amount of revenue within each partition. Also, when it comes to partition by, it is optional. Sometimes we might want to get the first value or last value globally. In those scenarios, you can skip partition by. However, you have to specify order by and then the field on which you want to sort the data. If you want to sort the data in descending order, you also need to specify DESC. Otherwise, by default, it will be sorted in ascending order. To review the output of more than 10 records, I am using the Scala-based approach. There is a limitation with respect to Jupyter-based environment with Apache Torri Scala. If you use percentage SQL magic, it will only show 10 records like this, even though I say limit 100 here. I want to review more than 10 records. That's why I'm using this Scala-based snippet. And you can see that we can see more records here. For 2013 July 25th, we have those many records. And you can see the product ID and revenue which is generating maximum revenue for a given day, which is nothing but 2013 July 25th. After that, you can see the data related to 2013 July 26th. Again, 1004 is the product ID which is generating maximum revenue, and the revenue it is generating is nothing but $10,799.46. You can also use last value. Let us see an example with last value. While using last value, we need to specify rows between current row and unbounded following. If you do not specify this, you will not be able to get the details of the maximum revenue generating product in our case. It will just get the values from the current record. Why it will get the values from the current record? It is because it uses rows between unbounded preceding and current row. So it will go back to the first record within each group and the current row. Whatever is the last value, it will return that, which means you will see the values from the current record itself. To get the right value, we have to change the windowing clause to rows between current row and unbounded following. And how to change this? After specifying partition by and order by like this, you can actually specify rows between unbounded preceding and current row like this. First, let me delete this. We already have both actually. This one have rows between unbounded preceding and current row, and this doesn't have. Let us see how it will look like. Let me run this. It will just get us results in a moment. You can see the output here. With respect to product ID, you can see we got 1004 and the revenue is $5,599.72. This is the default rows between unbounded preceding and current row. For this one, from the first record till this one, as this is the first record, we got this. For the second record also, the last values from the first record in the group till that record is nothing but this one only. That's why you are getting the same result here. Same is the case with each and every record. Now, if you change the clause with respect to rows between like this, rows between current row and unbounded following, this is how it will look like. You can see the output here. Now you are getting the results we are looking for. In this case, we are getting the maximum revenue generating product and also the maximum revenue itself, because we said rows between current row and unbounded following. So from the current row and the unbounded following, as data is sorted in ascending order, we got the last record. So depending upon your criteria, you might have to change this. Sometimes you might want to use rows between unbounded preceding and current row. Sometimes you have to use rows between current row and unbounded following. In this case, we have to use rows between current row and unbounded following because the data is being sorted in ascending order. You just explore based upon your requirement and decide what is the criteria that should be used. The default criteria, which is nothing but rows between unbounded preceding and current row, will not work for our problem statement. That's why we have changed it to rows between current row and unbounded following, and we got the highest revenue generating product details, both revenue as well as product ID. You can also validate by running this query using Scala based approach so that we can get more than 10 records, which will facilitate us to review our data a bit more accurately over a period of multiple days. Now you can see for 2013 July 25th, we got 1004 and $5,599.72 as product ID and last revenue. With respect to 26th, we got 1004 and $10,799.46. This is how you should be able to leverage first value or last value to get the details of maximum revenue generating products or minimum revenue generating products or any such scenarios.